So we have a new Mulcharmy card that you guys are going to want to check out. It's even crazier than the last one. Hey everyone, this is Max of Maxx TCG. Thanks for joining me in another video. So this video we're going over a new Mulcharmy card, Mulcharmy Fuwalos. Not sure how you pronounce it exactly. We have Let Your Hand Take Flight with Mulcharmy Fuwalos from Rage of the Abyss. So we already got our first Mulcharmy that just came out in Infinite Forbidden, and we're seeing it make a pretty big splash in the meta. A lot of people aren't main decking it because it's only good going second, but we have seen it take pretty good effect at the NAWCQ and European WCQ. So I think we will definitely see more of these cards. Now we already kind of got a hint that these are going to be in a pair because we've seen that you can only activate one other Mulcharmy card. But what's interesting is even in duplicates, you can actually activate both because it doesn't say like you can only activate this one once per turn. You can only activate one other. So you can activate two of even the same one, or you can mix and match. So definitely some pretty interesting. We definitely saw some feature matches. I know at least at the NAWCQ where people are double like Mulcharmying someone and you're drawing two cards when they normal summon from hand or special summon from hand. So it seems pretty solid. So let's kind of check out this one and see if it's better or worse than the current Mulcharmy. So you have Mulcharmy Fuwalos, level 4 Wind Wing Beast effect monster, attack 100, defense 600. You can only activate one other Mulcharmy monster effect the turn you activate this effect. 1. If you control no cards, quick effect, you can discard this card. Apply these effects this turn. Each time your opponent special summons a monster or monsters from the deck and or extra deck, immediately draw one card. Once during the end phase, if the number of cards in your hand is more than the number of cards your opponent has plus 6, you must randomly shuffle cards from your hand into the deck so the number in your hand equals the number your opponent controls plus 6. Hey everyone, this is Editing Max. If you're enjoying the content, hit that thumbs up button, give the video a like, and leave a comment if you have any discussions you want to start, and consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more of this type of content. Everyone, thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoy, and we'll get back into it. Right, so this is really interesting. This is probably even closer to Maxi than the previous Mulcharmy, which we were kind of saying is like a mini Maxi, because that was, I think, only from hand for normal or special summoned. So, you know, that hurt decks like Flu or pretty much any deck needs to at least normal summon, so you're always shotgunning this right away, just probably in the draw phase to avoid a draw Lockbird. We're also seeing, again, you can discard this to apply the effect, so it doesn't need to be sent to grave, it doesn't get locked out by Shifter, and you can even use an under Shifter. And there's even things you can do where you can like Shifter, resolve, and then resolve this, sending it to the grave. So if you have multiple Shifters, you know, everything's banished. So that's pretty cool. We're also seeing it's a Wing Beast, so that's also searchable, I think, in the Flu deck, and pretty crazy for that kind of synergy there. Kind of let them counter other strategies as well. And you know, just the fact that you can do this from deck or extra every time they special summon, that's huge. Pretty much most decks want to special summon from the deck or extra deck to make plays work. And this would really hurt the Snake Eye deck with them going into Flameburst Dragon. You know, that's from deck. You know, we also then link summon a lot in that deck to make plays. So they might have to take a different, like, more conservative line to avoid a card like this. So it's really crazy. We have seen Rage of the Abyss, I think, in Japan right now, and this card is, you know, really good in even that scene, and we don't even have Maxi. So maybe we will see Maxi banned now that we have this card. We thought that with the last Mulcharmy. We kind of got to wait and see. But I think this seems like a really excellent card. And I like that it at least gets rid of one of the main issues that Maxi had, is that you could use it, you know, once you set up your board, which was pretty much impossible for your opponent to beat you if you set up a board and then Maxi them while they're trying to play into your board. Most decks are going to have to special summon and play into your board to do that, and the amount of resources you get, you pretty much just lose. So ideally, we'll see Maxi get banned. We'll see more of these Mulcharmy cards that are a little bit more like kind of like nerfed versions, kind of more specific, might seem better in certain metas than one another. And we'll kind of see how many we've seen here. So I think we have deck and extra, we have normal summon or special summon from hand, so we'll probably see one for a graveyard or banishment summon would be my guess is the next one that we'll see. And I think these are interesting. I think one thing that's nice with this is you can't overtly draw too many cards. Like in some strategies, you also won't deck your opponent out because they'll put cards back. So maybe a plus side there. You can't just do like that. I'm going to special summon so many times in Dark World that you just deck out. So I think cards like these aren't necessarily the worst because at least they're not stopping your opponent from playing, and they have some forms of play around. Or at least Maxi was such a broad special summon than, you know, these Mulcharmy cards. So I think there's some benefit to that. I don't know exactly how I feel about these, just because these can really hurt a lot of different decks potentially. But again, I think that ability to kind of play around some of these cards could be helpful. And I think that's something you really have to consider when choosing road decks in a format. Now that these cards exist and are going to be very popular, if your deck loses to Fuwalos or the new Mulcharmy Card, and right now like Sprite gets wrecked by Mulcharmy Card, so you might not want to play a Sprite deck if a lot of people are side decking this card. So I think it's something to keep in mind, because these will shake up our metagame for sure, and we are even seeing it shake up the OCG even though they already have Maxx. So definitely curious to see what you guys think, and look forward to hearing from it. Everyone, that is it for this Mulcharmy Fuwalos. Definitely really good card, seems really interesting, definitely closer to that Maxx. Really curious to see what you guys think. Do you think this will be main deck? Will it still be a side deck? Will we see Pirellius see play after this card comes out? Will we maybe see people side 2 of each or something? Or what are you guys thinking on the use of the Mulcharmy cards in general, and will they see play? Do you like them in the game? Really curious to see what you guys think, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I'll see you there. Hey everyone, this is Editing Max. If you're enjoying the content and you want to support the channel, you can check out the TCG affiliate link in the description below. It supports the channel and costs you nothing, and you'll just be doing the same thing you normally do when you buy cards from TCG Player. If you're new to buying cards from TCG Player, check out my website. I have a section on it that helps out new people, kind of explaining some of the aspects of TCG Player, so that way you can get the most out of your money and you don't fall into some of these weird things that some people do to push up the price of cards. If you want to become a patron on the channel, check out my Patreon. It's another way you can help support the channel. We have different perks you can check out, like a lot of archetype proxies you see on the screen. Every week, I put a new one out that everyone on the channel can vote on YouTube, and then these go to Patreon for you to print out. You can also join for early access. Some videos will be 1-day early access, others that are in a longer series could be weeks out in advance, and you can get the entire thing at once, while everyone on YouTube has to wait week by week for all the videos to come out. You can also join for an exclusive Yu-Gi-Oh! Reaction series where I watch through the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, we have discussions in the comments, and watch through it together as well. Plus there are other perks coming out in the future. Everyone, thanks again for watching the content.